Hello everybody. I guess it's just kind of a different video. It's just wanted to give you guys an update for anyone who even cares to watch about my performance at VGC Regionals this weekend. Yeah, a couple of videos back I posted. It was essentially just a video of me practicing with the VGC team that I took that exact same team to Houston Regionals just this past weekend. I did pretty well with it. I'd say for my first major VGC event, I was quite satisfied with how I did. I finished the tournament with a 6-2 record, which unfortunately because of the turnout of the event, or the amount of people that turned up, around 210 masters, they ended up cutting the top 8, so nobody in the 6-2 range was willing to make it. But I was fine with that, just because it is a long drive back to my residence hall, so I didn't want to stay there too late. So yeah, I was perfectly fine with not making top cut. In fact, it was the best record I could have without getting into top cut, since every 7-1 made the cut. So yeah, I had a lot of interesting matches. Everybody seemed to know what they were doing for the most part. There was one team that was a little bit more gimmicky, but it was still manageable. Like, the guy had when I battled him, he had a 3-2 record. Unfortunately, they don't let you save matches anymore, and I have a really terrible memory of this kind of stuff, so I don't know if I'll be writing any kind of team report or anything like that. Yeah, I have my notebook. I wrote everything down there. I at least wrote down, some of them were just kind of mindless. I didn't really need to take notes because it was just kind of a blowout in my favor, unfortunately. But the matches that were interesting, I did end up writing notes, additional notes aside from just the opponent's team, and yeah, my possible leads. So I'd say overall the experience was a success. Yeah, I got to meet a lot of really good VGC players, both in battle and out of battle. I got a couple commemorative cards at the event. I was probably supposed to get a TCG booster packs as a surprise, but I ended up leaving right after the last round ended because yeah, they ended up doing this really dumb raffle event that took an hour right before the last event, and by then I already had my 2 losses, so I knew I wasn't gonna make top cut. So I just wanted to get my last battle in and leave. But yeah, I wasn't really all that interested in the TCG prizes for the top 32, because that's probably what I made, and I don't even know my actual ranking yet. I'll get updated on that sooner or later, but I'm fairly confident that I made the top 32 at that event with a 6-2 record. So I did get some decent amount of championship points out of that. If I just keep going to premier challenges, I should be able to rack up those quite quickly, and hopefully just get better at the format. Looking forward to next season, what VGC 15 will provide. Hopefully it's something a little bit more similar to what we saw in VGC 13. I honestly thought that was a better balanced meta than this one. If we got Terrakion back in this meta, then hopefully that'll help balance out Kangaskhan a little bit, so VGC 2015 won't be such a centralized experience. It was really like a very rock paper scissors kind of element to it in VGC 14. The center of the game for a while was Mega Kangaskhan, and so what counters Mega Kangaskhan? Well, in the format, one of the most effective counters was Mega Mawile, and what counters Mega Mawile? Mega Charizard Y. So the metagame calls in a lot of these tournaments were just very simple. There's not a lot of complexity to it, just rock, paper, scissors. This counters this centralizing metagame threat, and the anti-meta Pokemon that'll then become popular will also have its counters, so you gotta prepare for all of that. For example, at this tournament, so late in the season, I actually didn't run into a single Mega Kangaskhan, which was really interesting to me, but I ended up running into 5 Mawiles, or somewhere around that number. I think that's a pretty good estimate, and I was running Charizard Y, so naturally I did very well, since I made that I made the correct metagame call there for that tournament. So that definitely contributed to the success of my team, as well as bringing Mamoswine and other very anti-metagame Pokemon, since everyone and their mother still brought Garchomp. And yeah, I don't want to make this video too long. Now that possibly my last VGC 14 event has passed by me, I'm definitely going to start getting into some more Smogon stuff, specifically OU, just because I haven't really been up to date with the OU metagame so far. I did do, I was on the forums a little bit earlier, and I decided to participate in the practice rate. Yeah, they post like a sample team, and you send in your practice rate to a moderator, and it's kind of like a contest. So yeah, I decided to get some practicing with that. Just did some more research on the current state of the OU metagame, and it's actually kind of funny. The team I ended up rating for the practice thing, as I was making changes and going through the raid. As this happened, this has happened to me before when I rate actual teams. Like, yeah, so making these changes, I'm going like, hey, this doesn't look too bad. It's a good team. I can use it myself. So oftentimes I'll end up ripping off that team with my own changes and start laddering with it. So I think that's what I'm gonna do with this one. Like the practice team, like it's never an inherently bad team. They put up like the practice teams are not intentionally bad. A lot of the times they're just very elementary. They're just a template for something that can be really good, and it's the job of the raiders to bring out the full potential of that team. So yeah, as I was typing out my message to the moderator, which is like the entry, the rate, I decided I would actually make the team with the changes I implemented, and you know, it's looking like a pretty solid team for the current OU meta. So definitely expect an upload regarding that. So yeah, that's really all this video is about, just what's going on with me at the moment, how the regionals went, since I did upload a video with the team that I brought to Houston, exactly as it was. I didn't make any more additional changes. And yeah, that's gonna be it.